So implicit cursor is automatically created by the oracle, and explicit cursors are created or declared by the programmer. So yesterday we have seen working of implicit cursor.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
for seeing working of implicit cursor, we had also studied cursor attributes. So let me share that screen with you. Can you see a word file?
No, ma'am.
Okay. Now can you see the word file?
No, ma'am. The screen is entirely black now.
Now?
Now I can see.
Huh. So yesterday we have seen cursor. So implicit cursors are automatically created by Oracle, and since they are created by the Oracle, we cannot name it. So we commonly name all those cursors as SQL. The name of the implicit
Yes,
cursor is considered to be SQL in capital. Now, this SQL cursor, whenever it gets created, or that memory area, can be what you can say, we can find the qualities of the memory area, whether the memory area is blank, whether it has some value, or how many records it has fetched in the memory area. So all these we can find with the cursor attributes. So first cursor
yes, ma'am.
attribute we had seen, percentage found. So percentage found is a cursor attribute which will store the value true, or which will evaluate to true when the cursor has successfully, what you can say, stored at least a single value. So that means whenever we execute insert statement or delete statement or update statement, if our statements have successfully inserted or deleted or updated at least one record, that time my percentage found attribute will return to true. That means in the memory area or in my cursor, at least one record will be present. Or sometimes we might have executed select statement. So in that case, if my select statement has brought or fetched at least one record in the cursor, then this percentage found will evaluate to true. If
Yes,
sometimes
ma'am.
I might have selected, like for example, I might say select star from students where name equal to donkey. So in the student table, there is no student present by the name donkey. So my select statement will fetch no records. It actually the output will be no rows selected. In that case, this percentage found attribute will evaluate to false. Is that clear? So to
Yes,
understand
ma'am.
or to fetch the value of this found, so how to understand what value is stored in the found? For that, we had seen one um, example yesterday. So to consider these examples, we have seen a books table. So in the books table, we have book ID, book title, publication name, and publication year. So we had 5 records. What we tried to do is we tried to update the publication year of the first record, that is book ID equal to 1. So since I have book ID equal to B01 present, so here you can see in my program, I have begin, then I have tried to update the books table, and I have tried to set publication year equal to publication year plus 5. That means I'm just trying to increment the publication year. Whose publication year I'm trying to increment? Where the book ID is B01.
Book ID is there. Hmm.
B01 is present in my record set. So once
Hmm.
query gets executed, my cursor will be fetched with this record whose ID is B01. So cursor is not blank. The records are present in the cursor. So that's why the first what you can say attribute called as percentage found will evaluate to true. Why it will evaluate to true? Because the records are present in that. So how do I know the value or how do I work with that percentage found? Here it is like this. So suppose I want to check whether my record, whether this update statement has updated at least one record. How will I know that it has updated the record? By this attribute. So if SQL percentage found, so SQL is the name of the implicit cursor. So I know whenever this statement gets executed, Oracle will fetch this record in the implicit cursor. So to know the values in the implicit cursor, I address or I'll consider that implicit cursor with the name SQL. So in the implicit cursor, if the record is found, so I will use SQL percentage found. Then what message I want to print? I want to print a message updated. So when percentage found is true, this message I will print that it is updated. If no records are found, then I will display a message not updated. So for my this book ID called as B01, I will get a message called as updated. Why? Because the record actually exists. So if I execute the same program with B08, then what will happen? No record will be fetched in the cursor because there is no record which exists called as B08 in the books table. So in that case, SQL percentage found will evaluate to false, and then this message will be executed. Then yesterday we saw the second attribute called as not found. Not found is reverse of it. It will evaluate to true if no records are found. So we will not execute it again. We will quickly see other. Next is open. So is open will evaluate to true if the cursor is open. So normally Oracle opens the cursor only for small time duration and then it closes the cursor immediately. So by the time we will try to see whether it is open, it would have already closed. So for implicit cursor, this is open value will always be false. We will not be able to see that it is true. For explicit cursor, we can use this attribute and I will show you the demo that time. Next attribute is row count. Row count will tell me how many number of records are stored in the record set or in the cursor area. So for example, if my update statement has updated only one record, that time my cursor will have one row. So my row count variable will have the value 1. So suppose if I have given this statement here, like here if I have given, if I am, suppose if I would have given like this, update student set P year, that is publication year equal to everyone's publication year I want to set to 2020.
Yes,
So if I would have executed this command, how many records will be updated? 5 records, because I have in this table I have 5 records and I have not given any where clause here. So in that case, when I will check what is the row count of my cursor, it will evaluate to 5. Clear? So always after
Yes.
the update statement, if I want to actually Oracle, when we execute this SQL statement, Oracle automatically shows that 5 records updated, 3 records updated. It automatically shows. But through PLSQL program, if I want to know how many records are updated and that message I want to print, I can make use of this row count. So quickly we'll see the example for it. Here I have shown the example. See here, I have begin, then I have tried to update book set publication year where book ID is B01. How many records will be fetched? 1 record, right? Yeah, where is that row count? Yeah, this program shows. I'm trying to update books. I'm trying to change the publication year where publication name equal to Tata McGraw Hill. So how many records have got my publication as Tata McGraw Hill? 2 records. So in my cursor, there'll be 2 records which have satisfied the condition which are specified in the where clause. So where publication name is Tata McGraw Hill. So here you can see I have used a condition to update those books whose publication name is Tata McGraw Hill. So my row count here, it will be 2. So that SQL percentage row count value, which is 2, I am temporarily storing in a variable called as rows affected. So here to use this variable, I have declared it above rows affected number of the type number. So in that variable, I'm storing the value which is stored in the Oracle cursor attribute. So row count cursor attribute will store how many records have updated, and that value I'm storing it in a variable. Now here, that value rows affected, I'm going to use to display a message here. So what condition I am giving? If SQL percentage row count is greater than 0, that means my update statement has actually executed on at least one record. So row count will be greater than 0 only when my update statement has fetched at least one record. It will be 0 if no records are fetched. So I am checking this condition to check whether my update statement has updated at least one record. So this condition will evaluate to true, and then I am printing updated. How many records? So how many records I can get it from SQL percentage row count. So directly here I can print SQL percentage row count. But instead what I have done, I have taken the value of SQL percentage row count in a variable, and that variable content I am printing here. And then I am attaching it to the message called as records. So it is displaying here updated to records. So to value has come from this rows affected variable, which has in turn got that value from row count attribute. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Now let us go ahead with the explicit cursor. So explicit cursors are defined by the programmers. So our next journal program is based on explicit cursors. So explicit cursors are defined by the programmers to gain more control over the context area or the memory area. These cursors should be defined in the declaration section of the PLSQL block. So as you all know, my PLSQL block has got a declare section where I declare variable, then I have begin section. So whenever I want to declare a
Yes.
cursor, I must declare it in the declaration section. Then when I create a cursor, cursor is a memory area which will store something. So whenever I create a cursor, I will store some value in that. I will store some records in that. And you all know that how do I fetch the records from the table? Using select statement.
Select state.
So always whenever I create a cursor, I will have a select statement associated with it. Fine. Now, how to use the explicit cursor? Um, so let us see. Yeah, what is the advantage of explicit cursor? So whenever in the PLSQL block, I want to process each one record one by one. Suppose I have a group of records, but I want to do something with each of the record one by one, one after the one. That time I can make use of explicit cursor. So once you will see the example, you will get to know. Now, let us see the syntax of creating explicit cursors. So to create explicit cursor, I use a syntax like this: cursor, this is a keyword, then the cursor name, whichever name I want to give, I should give here. Then there is a keyword called as is, cursor, cursor name is, followed by a select statement. This is how I declare a cursor. So once I declare a cursor, my cursor will have the records which are executed by the select statement. Always remember a select statement. It is not update, delete, or insert. So select
Yes.
statement will bring the records in my cursor. So after I have created a cursor and brought the records into it, now I can move through the cursor. So what are the steps to use the cursor? First is I must declare a cursor and map it to a SQL statement that we have already done. Then I must open the cursor. Then after opening, I should fetch the data from that record set area into the local variables. So I must declare local variables and I can take the data from the cursor into those variables. Process the data stored in the memory variables. So those memory variables I will be processing either in a loop or individually. Then I will exit from the loop and then I will close the cursor. So let us see the example. So I am going to declare the cursor. So here this what you can say, syntax is there, and below I have example. So for example, again, I am taking it from the books table or from the VBK table. Let us see. First, I will show you the example, then I will execute. Cursor. What is
Yes.
the name of my cursor? C underscore books. So I am creating one explicit cursor with the name C underscore books. Is a keyword. Then I must have a select statement. What am I storing in my cursor? I am storing book ID, publication
ID,
name,
publication
publication
year.
year. So I have not taken book title, if you can see. So in my books table,
Yes.
four fields: book ID, book name, that is book title, then publication name and publication year. But in my cursor, I can take selected values. So I have taken only selected columns. I have not done select star. I can do, but and right now I have taken only three columns. So my cursor shows three column values. After I have declared the cursor, I must open the cursor. So for opening the cursor, I must use the open statement, open and cursor name. So this is the example, open C underscore books. After I have opened the cursor, I must fetch the data into the memory variables list. So for that, I use a command called as fetch cursor name. What is the cursor name I want to fetch values from? So this is a source name.
Yes.
Now into which variable I'm going to store. So that variable list I must give here. So you must have got an idea that before I try to fetch the values into the local variables, first I must declare these local variables. Fine. And also these variables must be declared of the appropriate data type. Then only they can store. For example, in my cursor right now, I have got three columns. Which three columns I have? Book ID, publication name, and publication year. Book ID is varchar type. As you know, B01 I have stored the value. Then publication name is also varchar, but publication year, it might be varchar or it might be number. I must check with my table first. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So this
Yes,
should be
ma'am.
considered, this should be taken care that the variables which I declare to fetch the value from the cursor. So cursor means actually I'm fetching the value from the table into the cursor, and from the cursor actually they are going to come into my local variables. So when I fetch these values into the local variable should be of the same data type. They can have different names, but they should have the same data type. So one solution, either I must check the table, like for example, if I want to know what values my cursor stores, what values my field name have, or what data type my field name have, then I must go to the Oracle, then I should describe the table and I should check what is the data type of each of the field. This is one
Yes.
solution. Or second, there is one more solution. It is something like somebody tells me, go, uh, suppose I am a student of 4B, and Asmita madam tells that each 4B student should refer to, suppose Pratika's book, and how Pratika has done, or Pratika must have used a particular quality of the book. For example, she has used classmate book and particular page size of the book. Suppose if it is king size classmate book, and then how many pages. So if Asmita ma'am says that you must do the same book how Pratika has done, so what we should do, we should go and find, okay, we should go and check with Pratika what is the size of the book, what is the, what you can say, type of the book, how many pages the book has. Either I can do that, or I can just say that, or okay, suppose the shopkeeper is shopkeeper knows Pratika. So what I can go to shopkeeper, and one solution is, if I want to get the same book as Pratika, I must have studied, or I must go to Pratika, I should check her book, and then I should go to the shopkeeper and I will tell that give me classmate book of 100 pages and of king size. So three qualities I have found from Pratika's book, and I have come and I have told the shopkeeper. Or another work or
Yes.
another solution I can have is, suppose the shopkeeper knows Pratika, then I will go to shopkeeper and I will tell shopkeeper, I mean the uncle, you give me the same book that you had given to Pratika. So shopkeeper would have known that, okay, shopkeeper, suppose I assume that shopkeeper knows what book he has given to Pratika, then automatically he will give me. And compared to first solution, second solution easy for me, because I need not bother, I need not go to Pratika to find how many pages are there, what is the size of the book, or what is the company of the book. I will just go to shopkeeper and I'll tell, give me the book which similar to Pratika. So similarly here in Oracle, suppose I want to use these variables, like for example, like let us see the example of fetch here. Fetch, I am fetching from which cursor? cbooks. In cbooks cursor, I have three fields data stored. Which fields data? Book ID data is stored, publication names data is stored, and publication years data is stored. So these three fields I am going to store in the variables called as book ID. So as you know that in my table I have the field name as BOOKID. But here I have used a local variable called as BID. Okay, let me show you the complete example that will be clear to you. Okay, first let me show you what is the next step. After I fetch the value, I must process, and next I must exit from the loop, and then I must close. So let us see all these steps from the examples itself. So complete example is here. So look at this carefully. First, I'm going to use a cursor in which, now prepare mentally that I'm going to define a cursor which is going to fetch three fields from the books table. First is book ID, then publication name and publication year. Now first you concentrate on what are the names of my fields in the table. See, I'm taking you back to the table which I have declared. All of you can see the table here. Sanjana, can you see the table? Sanjana, can you see the table here? I don't know why Sanjana is not responding. I will unmute one more.
Yes, ma'am. I'm able to hear now. You had muted all the participants.
Yeah, wait. If I allow them to unmute themselves in between, they'll start unmuting. Anyways, I will mute everybody. One person is unmuted. Who is that? I'm not finding Manisha. Yeah, wait. I'm not finding Sanjana. I mean, I will just unmute whoever I find first. Yeah, Sanjana is here. Sanjana. I'm running out of time. Wait. Today, you may require to rejoin the meeting. It may not get over just for 5-10 minutes. Yeah,
Yes,
Sanjana,
ma'am.
you are
Now I'm
unmuted.
able to
Yeah,
hear.
but you could see this part,
Yes, ma'am.
right? Yeah. Now let us
Yes, ma'am.
see
I was
the
able.
field names. One is book ID. You may get confused between the field names and variable names. So I am again particularly stressing on the field names. Field name is book ID. Then I'm not taking book title in my cursor, so don't remember that. Here P name and then P year. These are the three names: book ID, P name, and P year. These are the
PM
three
clear.
field names from the table. Now
Yes, ma'am.
I come down to the program directly. Yeah. Now I want to store those three values into my local variables. So I want to declare three local variables. Now concentrate only on
Yes,
the
ma'am.
highlighted part. I have my field name is book ID. To store the
ID.
value of the book ID, I am creating here one variable called as BID. So what is the local variable name? B underscore ID. It is
Yes.
not,
Huh.
it is going to store the value from the field book ID, but its name is BID. Particularly, I have taken different name. You can take the
Yes,
same
ma'am.
name also, but particularly I have to differentiate. I have taken BID. Now,
Yes, ma'am.
BID is a local variable. I should give it the same data type and same size as of book ID type. So for that,
Hmm.
one method is I should go to my SQL here, and then I just say describe uh, books table. Then I find out what is the data type of book ID, varchar2, and then the size is 10. So I should check this, then I should come back and I should declare the same. So I will come
Yes,
back
ma'am.
to my cursor, and here now don't check what I have written. I could have written like this. I could have written BID is my variable name. I would have given it
Hmm.
the data type as varchar, the size as 10. This is one solution. So
Yes,
similar
ma'am.
to my example, I go to Pratika, I found what is her book company name. I have found all that thing and I have told shopkeeper give me classmate book of 100 page. So this is one solution. Second solution, what I can do is I need not go to Pratika and check. I will just go to shopkeeper and I will tell, give me the book which is similar to Pratika. So how do I tell that to Oracle? To Oracle also I can tell that. How do I tell? So instead of declaring the data type and size myself, I can tell Oracle like this. See, book ID
ID.
here. In front
Yes,
of
ma'am.
that, instead of writing the data type, I am telling Oracle, take the data type same as the data type of
Book
book
ID.
ID, which is from the books table. So I use table name dot field
Dot.
name and I just say
Field.
percentage type.
Percentage type.
So what is the table name I want to use? Books table.
Right. Table.
Which field's value I'm going to store in this variable? Book ID.
Book ID.
So books dot book ID. And then I just say percentage type.
This type.
Percentage type means whatever is the data type of the book ID field, take the same data type for declaring this variable. Did you
Yes, ma'am.
understand the syntax? So I just have to
Yes,
say
ma'am.
book ID, BID
Book
and
ID.
then books dot book ID. Like for
Book ID.
example, suppose I create a cursor in which I want to store student data. And first, in my student table, I had two variables. So as you all know, I had student table in my previous example. I had two field names. One I had name and second I had PHNO. Now suppose I create a cursor to store the student value, and in that I create two variables. To store name, I declare a variable nm. Now that nm I want to declare of the same data type as name. So how do I
Name.
write here according to this syntax? I write
Name.
student dot name
Dot name
percentage type.
type.
So did you understand this now?
Yes, ma'am.
My local variable is nm, which I
Name
want to declare of the same data type
of
as
the
name field from the student table.
student table.
Got it? So similarly here,
Yes, ma'am.
I'm using BID, and that BID is declared of the same data type as book ID from the books table. So I've given percentage type.
Yes,
Similarly,
ma'am.
I want to use public P name. P name is
Publication name.
publication name. This is the field name. To store the
Yes.
value from the publication name, I have declared a variable called as PN.
Variable called as PN.
So PN will be of the same data type as P name from the books table. So books dot
Table.
P percentage type.
Percentage type.
Then I can say publication year. So actual
Year.
field name is P year, but I have declared a variable called as PY.
PY.
So py variable will store the value from the publication year. So I have given the
Okay.
same data type as publication year.
Yes,
Books
ma'am.
dot year percentage type. So I hope
Percentage
this
type.
part is clear to you.
Yes, ma'am.
So I have declared three local
Yes.
variables: BID, PN,
ID,
PY.
PN, PY.
All these are blank. They are of the same size and data type, but they are blank. Still the value has not come into those. When the
Yes, ma'am.
will fetch it. So I
Yes,
will
ma'am.
just now. First step is I declare the variables, then I create a cursor. So how do I
Yes,
create a cursor? Cursor C underscore
sir.
books is.
Books.
Now in the C underscore books cursor, I want to fetch values from the books table. But which all fields
Table.
fetch?
Book
Book
ID,
ID,
publication
publication
name,
name, and publication year.
publication year.
So I have given a select statement. So my cursor is ready with these three field values now. Clear?
Yes, ma'am.
So
Yes, ma'am.
declaration part is over now. Now I say begin. In the
Yes,
begin
ma'am.
section, I must open the cursor. So I just say
Yes.
open cursor name.
C underscore books.
Books is the cursor name. So I say open cursor name. Then I
Yes,
have
ma'am.
to iterate through the loop
Loop.
because in my cursor now right now I will have 5 records which are fetched from the books table.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
each of the record I must fetch one by one into the variable, and then I will process, and then I will go to the next record. So it is something
Yes.
that in 4B class there are 75 students. What I want to do with each student is each student's 3 kinds of verification I want to do with each student. So what I will do, I will go to first student, I will do those 3 values I will take, and then I will do some calculation. I will return their books. I will go to the next student. I will again take their 3 books. I will do some correction and all. I'll return the book. I'll go to the next student. Like that it is. So
Yes, ma'am.
I will open the cursor. Then I want
Yes,
to
ma'am.
go through each of the records. So I start a loop. There is one
Loop.
looping statement called as simply loop and end loop. I need not have any condition like while loop, for loop. I need not have.
Mm-hmm.
There is a specialized loop called a loop and end loop.
And loop.
Fine. So which without any condition iterates through the loop from the first
Yes.
record till end. So I say loop. Then in the loop, I want to one by one. So I have gone to the first record. With the first record, what I want to do? Fetch C books.
Fetch
So fetch
the
from the
book.
cursor into the variables. Which variables I will store the values
Book
into?
ID.
BID, PN, and PY. These are the local variables. So in my local variables, I have fetched the values from the cursor. Clear? Now the time
Yes.
is up. I will end the meeting and I'll start again. So please rejoin for 5-10 minutes.
Yes, ma'am.